Social media is incredibly toxic. There, I said it. It is toxic for both traders and non-traders. It is toxic for everyone. Now, you're watching this on social media, and hopefully you're going to get some value from it. So, of course, there are caveats that everyone probably wants us to say that, yes, of course, there are exceptions to the rule. But specifically when it comes to trading, I am adamant that social media is toxic. It is a net negative on a trader, on a trader's psychology, and on their ability to have realistic expectations of what is possible in the market. For example, I will put out a tweet saying just a 2% monthly return in the market is phenomenal. The S&P 500 generates 8% a year. 8% a year, 2% a month, 24% a year, and yet 90% of traders will say, 2% a month, that is disgusting. That is terrible. Those are terrible returns. You're an awful trader if you're only making 2% a month. Now, I don't blame any traders that think 2% a month is bad because of what social media has led to them thinking is realistic. Everywhere you look, you see Lambo gurus with the neck tattoos, with the Rolexes, with none of the money coming from their actual trading. It's all coming from courses, affiliate links, you name it. It's all fake. Now, I know what you're thinking, Matt. My guru, my favorite YouTuber, he's not fake, and he might not be, but 99% are. And that's why I want to talk about this idea of privacy, that the best traders are the most private, that social media leads to traders having FOMO, and that FOMO leads to them making poor trading decisions, and those poor trading decisions lead to them getting on the hamster wheel of never making money because they're forcing things. They're not giving themselves 3 years to figure things out, to make things work, to force themselves to make things work. They see somebody, some young kid with a fancy car, and they think, I am doing something wrong, and therefore I need to jump ship, I need to change strategies, and I need to do whatever this kid is saying. And obviously they do it, the kid's I don't want to say the S word, but the kid is not legit, and then the hamster wheel spins. So I recently visited a house. It was this beautiful house. It was a buddy of mine was looking to purchase it, and it was the house of a trader. The guy was trading full-time, multiple kids, wife wasn't working. I went down into the basement, and he had a huge trading setup, 6 monitors, Bloomberg terminal. It was crazy, just absolutely wild. The nicer setup than you've seen on social media. It was phenomenal. And I asked him, do you have social media? And he says, flat out, no. He doesn't have anything. No Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok. He doesn't even watch YouTube videos. The guy is basically a monk. And so I asked him why. It's so against the trend. Based on the setup he has and the success that he's having, he could sell a course. He could teach others. And he said, no, it's all a distraction. And he said that the real traders remain private. They're making enough money that they don't need to flex because they're truly successful. They kind of laugh at those that are living that typical trader lifestyle. And this really got me thinking. I put out a tweet on it, and it started to gain a lot of traction. So I think it resonates. I think this idea resonates with traders that you don't have to be flashy, and then actually that flashy lifestyle is a red flag. Back in 2018, when I was really trying to find success as a trader, I was still in school, I was working full-time, I wasn't enjoying what I was doing, and I'd been trading for several years. Nothing was clicking, and I was on this hamster wheel of making a bit of money, and then things didn't go well, trying a new strategy, finding a new person on social media. I mean, I spent over $10,000 on courses. For a guy making minimum wage, that is a disgusting amount of money. And so finally in 2018, I'm in Canada. I flew 4,000 miles or so to Southern California, and I lived in a Buddhist monastery for 3 weeks. It was an incredible experience. There was no phones allowed. There was no internet. There was no TV, no music. It was a complete dopamine detox and a trading detox. And I spent a lot of the time asking myself, okay, if I'm going to make this work, what do I need to do differently? And I came to the realization that obviously patience is a virtue, but that there is strength in silence, that you don't need to be scrolling on social media, and you don't need to listen to these people that are selling you a certain lifestyle when that's not the lifestyle that you even want. I think many of you watching might not even be interested in that flashy lifestyle, and yet we're still drawn to these social media profiles. And so when you spend, 6 hours a day meditating and not on the charts, getting these dopamine rushes, you kind of realize that yes, trading is an addiction. Most things in life are addictions, and we can use it to our advantage, but are you in control of trading, or is trading in control of you? I think that, being private, being humble, working in the shadows, going monk mode, I just have such a bad taste in my mouth of these social media influencers, because they made me think for years that I was doing something wrong when I wasn't. I just needed to give it more time. I just needed to put in the work. And most importantly, I needed to let the law of large numbers play out. And I think that's maybe the biggest mistake that most traders make. They don't allow their strategy to play out, but they see fake results from others. And so then they just jump ship and they don't give themselves enough opportunity to make things work. So I think that the best traders remain private. So I don't know if you like this type of video. It's pretty much off the cuff. That Buddhist monastery was absolutely a wild experience for me. I think about it all the time. And that was just reinforced. Those lessons were reinforced when I visited this house. And the guy's like, he has a Bloomberg terminal. It's huge money to have that. 6 screen, it was a multi-million-dollar house. And he has no social media. And he looked at me almost like I was the crazy one and be like, I don't need it. If you made it this far, appreciate it as always. See you in the next one. Till then, peace.